If you're a parent who has decided to give your adult child a cash gift for the purchase of real estate, then this video is for you. And we'll be talking about the practical things like how much can you give, how do you actually give it to them, and a couple things to think about before you actually do it. So first, the question about how much. Is there a cap on how much that you can gift to an adult child? Well, the IRS rules as of the recording of this video say that you can give up to $19,000 per year per recipient, or $38,000 a year if you're married. Please don't take this as tax or legal advice. Be sure to speak to your CPA before any moves. However, per my understanding, that is the annual rule, and you don't need to pay any taxes or file any documents if you give that amount or less. However, if you give more than that in a year, and I have definitely seen that a lot, not to worry, there's no taxes that you have to pay on that amount unless it exceeds 15 million. And again, 15 million is the number as of this recording. So please be sure to double check with your CPA on what the lifetime gift tax exclusion is. If your gift is between 19,000 or 38,000, depending if you are married or not, and that 15 million, then you will have to file a form with the IRS, but there is not any tax due. So before you come to your number, please be sure to speak with any other financial advisor, planner, or whoever that can help make the decision for you about how much to give that doesn't perhaps put you in harm's way, and that is a good amount for you to give given your circumstances. So once you've decided how much you are going to gift to your adult child, then the question becomes, well, do I give it to them now, or do I wait? Who do I give it to, them or escrow, or what's the situation? So from a mortgage broker's perspective, my preference is that you hold on to the money until your adult child is in escrow. At the time that they go into escrow, you can wire funds directly into escrow for the deposit and or for the final down payment funds that are due when loan docs are signed. That is the easiest and cleanest way. You could also give them the money now, transfer it to their bank account. However, I hope that it is at least 60 days before they go into escrow, because if the funds come from their own account, their lender or broker, will need the last 2 months' bank statements to see that that money has been sitting in their account for 60 days. So easier if you hold on to it, but yes, you can transfer it to them if you want to let them handle it all themselves. The only other thing that you will need to do is complete a gift letter, which is in reality actually more like a form that just has your basic information, where that money is coming from, like if it was in your savings or stocks or whatever, your relationship to your adult child, not whether it's good or bad, but just that they are your child, because it can be immediate family members and things like that can also give gifts. And it will have the statement, something to the effect of, this money is a gift, not a loan, and I am not expecting to be paid back this money. So you sign that, that goes to the lender, and really that's all that is needed. If you are in a situation where there is not a loan involved, it's an all cash transaction, then you can give the money at any time within 60 days, before 60 days, at the time of close of escrow. It all works. In my own personal situation, my mom transferred me the money when I got into escrow, which was fine because I wasn't getting a loan. And then I paid the deposit and final funds with that money that she had so generously transferred me for my early inheritance. And then right now we're in a situation with my sister. My sister is also getting a multifamily property. And on that one, my mom has wired the money directly to escrow for the deposit. And then now, could be like right now as I record this, is sending in the final funds to escrow for a close that we expect to happen next week. So either way works. Now, before you transfer that money, I would advise you to advise your adult child to do a couple of things before they move forward with purchasing a property. Usually, as soon as somebody is ready to go on purchasing a home, they're out there speaking to an agent, speaking to a lender or mortgage broker. They want to find out what is the most money that they can qualify for the house or condo that they want. Couple things on that. First, let your adult child know that just because they qualify for a certain amount doesn't mean that that monthly payment is going to be comfortable for them and allow them to spend and save for their preferred lifestyle. What do I mean? Plenty of people have regret about the property that they purchase, and it's usually because it ends up costing them more than they anticipated and making them house poor. And they can no longer enjoy the lifestyle that they were having before or that they wanted to live, because a mortgage broker or lender is not looking at their expenses of their, dining out and groceries and even their car insurance. Did you know car insurance doesn't go in your debt to income ratio? Your home insurance does, because the lender definitely needs you to be able to pay your home insurance, but it actually doesn't care if you pay for car insurance. It doesn't care about your vacations. It doesn't care about your savings. The lender doesn't even care if you have enough money set aside in savings or that you're saving up for the repairs and maintenance that is going to be needed on the home. And so I recommend for everybody who's about to buy any kind of real estate to speak to a financial coach first and to budget out what is the monthly payment that is comfortable for them, that also allows them to live the lifestyle and meet their other goals that they're working towards in their life, so that they don't feel house poor, that they don't feel burdened by what was supposed to be a blessing. So that is the first thing. The other thing for somebody to consider before buying real estate is to carefully consider the type of property that they're buying. Most people instantly, when they are going to buy, they're thinking home or condo. And that should be thought through carefully. The condo thing is kind of a hot topic right now because the rules on lending for condos have changed. And so it's really worth understanding what those are and thinking maybe condo is not right for you. And a lot of people could also consider multifamily when they don't normally think of getting a duplex or triplex or fourplex, often because they think that it means you need a bigger down payment, 25-30%, and that's not true. 1 to 4 unit loans can be purchased conventionally. So that is really news I feel like should be further shared with people. Now, some people are concerned about that means that they have to deal with tenants. Yeah, that is true. But I think for the right person who is prepared to handle it, that having tenants is a great way to help either create cash flow, or at least help pay towards the mortgage. And I have a lot of people that come to me for financial coaching, and they think to themselves, ask me, should I buy a house? Should I start a business? Should I invest my money? And I say, well, if you purchase multifamily, you're doing all three at the same time. You're providing yourself with a place to live, it's an investment, and it's a business if you are handling tenants. So it's something to consider carefully, and doesn't make sense for everybody, but certainly for some people. And at least for me personally, I am really glad that I considered it. So that's it for this video. If you are looking for a financial coach, mortgage broker, and or real estate agent in the LA area, feel free to reach out.